So the purpose of this video is to break down everything you need to know when it comes to using Claude AI as a complete beginner. My goal with this video is to walk you through all the key features and details of Claude, especially if you don't know anything about it yet. So by watching this video from start to finish, you'll be able to go from beginner to expert by the time you're done watching. And before I jump into the laptop, I just want to quickly answer a question that I'm sure most of you probably have in your head right now, which is, Sam, we've got ChatGPT, we've got Gemini, and we've got Claude. Why should we use one AI tool over the other? And this is a question that I get all the time, and it's actually quite simple because all of these different tools work in a similar way. Yes, there's going to be some overlapping features, but they've all got their own unique aspects. For example, ChatGPT is more of a conversational AI tool, and it's got long context memory, which means that you can have a conversation with it today, but it's going to be able to remember it many months down the line. Google Gemini, on the other hand, is really good because it's integrated into Google's AI system. So if you want to use a specific Google product, Gmail, Google Search, all of the different AI aspects is going to be powered by Gemini. And when it comes to Claude, the good thing about it is that it's an all-round AI tool for multi-purpose use. So if you want to do something simple like basic research, you're going to be able to use it. If you want it to code a specific app, you're going to be able to use it for that as well. So those are the key differences between all of these different AI tools, but I'm going to be touching on these different aspects as we move forward in this video. But let's start off on the homepage. So bear in mind, this video is for beginners that have maybe started using Claude, or you're thinking about using Claude, but you're not really sure of exactly why you should or the features. So I'm just going to go through everything you need to be aware of. So when it comes to finding the homepage, you're just going to go over to Claude AI, and this is a similar page to what you're going to see. Now, of course, when you watch this video, things may change. This guy may not be sitting here anymore. It may be someone else. The entire layout might have changed as well. But essentially what you're going to need to do is create an account for you to use it. You can either use your Gmail or you can use an email. Now, before I even get into that, I'm just going to go over here to pricing. So as we can see, there's 3 different options. You can either use Claude for completely free, or what you can do is use the Pro one. That's the one that I use. This is $17 per month. And there's also the Max package as well. This is up to $100 depending on the usage limits. And I'd say that this brings me on to one of the pros/cons of using Claude, because it's so powerful and it goes a little bit deeper when you tell it to do something that's going to require a lot of energy, a lot of computing power. Because of that, there is going to be limits even if you're on any one of the paid plans. For example, with myself, I'm currently using Pro, and I find myself being limited during the day after a couple hours of using it. However, with the other AI tools, because they've got higher limits, you're never ever going to be restricted when it comes to using it, especially if you're paying for it on a monthly basis. So I thought that was important for you guys to know before we now move on. So as you can see, I've now logged into my Claude AI account, and this is what the main interface is going to look like. So right here, I'm using the web version. And when it comes to using Claude, you can either use it on web, you can use it on desktop, and you can also install the app on your phone as well. So there's a lot of flexibility when it comes to different ways that you can access it. But let me start off on the left-hand side over here. So if I just expand this out, the first thing that you're going to see is new chat. Now, when you select this, it's going to bring up a similar page to what you can see over here. If you click on chats, it's going to bring up all of your history in terms of your previous chats. Projects is a really interesting one. If I just click into it, you're going to be able to set up a new project. And if you want to focus on one type of conversation, maybe you're working on a specific project, app, or whatever it is, you're going to be able to use this one and continuously go back to it instead of opening up a brand new chat every single time. If we go into artifacts, so this is where Claude really stands out because you're able to do really interactive things with it. As you can see, all of these different things on the screen were built using Claude. So if you want to learn something, you're going to be able to use any one of these different artifacts. They're basically web applications. If you want to play a game, there's also all of these different games that were built on Claude. So if you wanted to use any one of these different artifacts, you can do so. Or if you wanted to make your own artifact, you could just click on this. And then it's going to take you through some different options when it comes to getting started with your artifact. But we're going to come back to this as we move forward in this video. So that's something else you can do. There's also a new feature called Code. So with Claude Code, you're going to be able to build pretty much anything in a variety of different ways. As you can see, you can either do it in your terminal, you can use an IDE extension, or you're going to be able to use it directly in the web. And I'm going to show you the potential of Claude Code, even if you're a complete beginner, as we move forward in this video. But let's continue with the interface. So if we just go over here to the different models, right now, as I'm making this video, there's 3 main models: Opus 4.5, Sonnet 4.5, and Haiku 4.5. Opus is their most powerful model right now, and it's able and capable of working on complex tasks. So if you want to do something that requires a lot of thinking, a lot of power, this is the one that you need to use. Sonnet 4.5 sits in the middle. It is capable of doing things that are complex, but it's also good for everyday tasks as well. And finally, there's Haiku, which is more for quick and fast answers. And because Claude has various different limits, you need to be mindful of the model that you're using. For example, you don't want to just use Opus 4.5 all day for simple things, because you may reduce your usage and restrict the time that you're going to be able to use it for on that specific day. So this is something that you need to think about. Moving on to these different options over here. So if you want Claude to extend when it comes to giving you the best possible answer, you could just select it like that. If you don't need it, just unselect it. If we click on plus, as you guys can see, there's all of these different options to what you're going to be able to add to the chat when it comes to giving it extra information, extra context. You can either add a file, you can add a photo, you can connect one of your projects in Claude. You're going to be able to connect GitHub, you can do further research, you can search the web, and you can also add any one of these different connectors. So again, this is where Claude really shines out, because they've got connectors with various different popular tools that you're probably using on a regular basis. We've got things like Gamma, we've got things like Wix. You can also connect Canva, the list goes on and on. But for the most part, those are the key things that you need to know when it comes to the interface. There's going to be some setting changes that you can make, but let's move on to the way that Claude actually works. So as I already said, Claude is good when it comes to simple things, but it's also good when it comes to complex things. And you can use it for a variety of different reasons. Now, the main thing that I'm doing right now with all of the different projects that I'm working on is building and launching digital products. And Claude is amazing when it comes to being able to build digital products that you can now put out there on the internet for people to check out and buy if they want to. But one key thing that you need to remember when it comes to using any AI tool is that you need to make sure that you prompt it in the right way. If you give it the wrong information when it comes to the prompt that you're going to enter, it's going to give you the wrong output. And what I mean by that is, if I wanted Claude to, let's say, write an entire ebook for me, of course I could just go onto it and say, write this ebook with this title, and it's going to come back with something that's half decent. But for me to get the best ebook possible in the specific example, what I can do is go over to this prompt builder. I'm going to leave a link down below for completely free. But as you're going to see on the homepage, you got all these different options for all of these different AI tools that you can select. But the one that I'm going to go with, of course, in this video is going to be Claude. And you can either use Claude to build a business blueprint, or what you can do is go straight into the digital product. Since I already know what type of digital product I'm looking to make, which is an ebook, and I'm only using it as an example, I'm going to select this one. And what this prompt builder is going to do is just take you through a series of different questions. Because most of you have probably seen it, I'm going to be super quick. Let me just click on ebook in terms of the type of digital product I want to make. What is the title of my ebook? I'm just going to use a random one. Let's call the ebook How to Use Claude as a Beginner in 2026. And then click on next. The next question is, what did you want your ebook to be about? So I'm just going to keep it simple and say it's going to be a step-by-step guide on using Claude to go from a beginner to an expert. And I'm only using this example because of the video that I'm making. Let's say if I wanted to give you guys a completely free ebook to download as a PDF, these are the steps that I would take for me to do so. I'm not necessarily going to do it today, but this is what I'll do. And then I'll click on next again. The next question is, how many chapters did you want to be in your ebook? And as you can see, there's all of these different options to choose from. And this is where Claude really stands out. It's really good when it comes to long context writing. If you wanted it to write a 30 chapter ebook, you're going to be able to do so literally just by clicking on this. But today I'm just going to keep it short and sweet and go with around 5 chapters. What is the color scheme of my book going to be? I'm going to say that I want it to be orange and white, similar to the Claude color scheme. For the author name, I'm just going to put Success with Sam. Click on next. Writing style, I want it to be casual. And then I'm going to click on generate prompt. Okay, there we go. So the prompt builder has now come back with this detailed prompt. And what I'm going to be able to do from this point is either save it as text if I want to have it on my computer. I can also sign up for a free account with this prompt builder so that I can access all of my different prompts in my history. But for now, all I'm going to do is click on copy full prompt and then go back over to Claude. I'm just going to paste everything in there just like that. As you can see, it's very detailed. You don't need to read it at this stage. You could just leave it on something like Opus 4.5, or you can even use Sonnet 4.5. It's down to you. I'm just going to leave it on this one, and then I'm going to click on enter. Okay, perfect. So as you guys can see, it's already gone straight to work. It's reading through my prompt. And what it's going to start doing in a moment is start writing out everything that's going to go into the ebook. So of course, it's going to take maybe 5 minutes for it to complete what it's doing. But as soon as it's done, I'm going to be back ASAP and show you the results. Okay, guys, I'm back. And as we can see, it seems to have completed exactly what we told it to do. So we've got the cover of the ebook over here. We've also got the table of contents. We've got this disclaimer. And of course, we've got the introduction as well as chapter 1, chapter 2, chapter 3, so on and so forth. And it's packed with a lot of information. Literally within about 5 minutes or so, it was able to write a 29-page ebook. And Claude is really good at writing, so I can somewhat trust the information in it. But if I did want to make any changes to it, I'm going to be able to simply do that by going back over to the prompt box and making my request. And don't forget, when it comes to using Claude, you're going to be able to download it as a PDF. So if I wanted to do that, I could just select it just like this. And there we go. The ebook is ready for me to use. I'm literally going to be able to put it out there for the world to use straight away if I want to. This is just an example, but that is how quick you can make an ebook if you're able to prompt it in the right way. But this now brings me on to one of the next ways that Claude works that I don't really see that much people on the internet talking about, but it's one of the most powerful things that I've seen within the AI space, which is the Google Chrome Claude extension tool. And the reason why I believe that this is a really powerful tool is because when you install it, it's going to be able to control your browser and do certain things and just make things a lot more efficient when it comes to various different tasks. But of course, I specialize in digital products. So what I want to do is show you how this browser is able to help you with a high-level digital product by basically replicating an already existing app. So think about it. If you've ever come across an app that you want to replicate in your own way in terms of the full design, the front end, the back end, and just generally being able to either use it to sell it or use it for yourself, you're going to be able to use the extension tool when it comes to helping you with this entire process. And right now you might be a little bit confused, but stick with me because everything is going to make sense. First things first, what you need to do is install the browser onto your computer. So you're just going to click on Add to Chrome and then click on Add to Chrome once again. And then once you've done that, this is a similar interface that you're going to see. So it's going to have this Claude chat box on the right hand side. You're going to be able to change the models at the top. And if I wanted to use this to replicate an app, this is what I'll do. So I'll go over to the homepage of the app. So let's take this email writing tool. Let's say if I wanted to build out a completely new app when it comes to helping people write emails. This is one that I just came across in the Google search. I'm just using it as an example. And what I can do is just go over to the Claude extension tool. And I'm just going to type in something similar to this. I'm just going to say, I want you to recreate this email writing web app in a similar way so that I can host it on my own website using HTML. So I need you to use the app, and I've just put some other information there when it comes to telling it to use the app so it knows exactly how it works so that it can build it out for me. And if I just change the model to the highest one, which is 4.5, as you guys can see, it's now scanning through this app. And the reason why I know that is because of the orange glow that's on the border. So that shows that the Claude extension tool has now accessed my browser and it's doing everything that you can see on the screen. So I didn't write this email, it's doing it right before our very eyes. And as you can see, the app has now come back with a response. So the Claude browser is analyzing this entire process, is getting an understanding of exactly how this app works. And as you guys can see, instantly it's now coming back with the full code for me to build out this entire app myself. So all I had to do was install a browser, tell it exactly what to do, analyze the app, and now I'm potentially going to be able to build my own. So what I'm going to do is just wait for it to be done. As always, I'm going to be back straight away. Okay guys, I'm back, and as we can see, the entire code has now been completed. So what I can do is just click on copy, then go back over to the main Claude interface, paste the entire code that I got from the extension tool in there just like this. And all I need to do is just enter a prompt, something along the lines of build this email writing app and ensure that it's integrated with AI, and then click on enter. And just like that, guys, on the right hand side over here, it's now come back with this fully functional app that I'm going to be able to test out before I deploy it so that other people can use it. So let's put it to the test. I'm going to say that I want to write an email promoting my new ebook, How to Use Claude in 2026. We're just using this one as an example once again, guys. And I'm just going to click on medium length, leave it on casual, and then I'm going to click on generate email. And just like that, guys, as you can see, it's now come back with this fully written email. It's giving me the subject line. It's also giving me the body of text that I'm going to be able to now copy and paste directly into my email marketing software, or I'm going to be able to open it directly in my mail. But this is just the tip of the iceberg when it comes to what you're able to do with Claude. Most of you are probably using it for everyday simple tasks, but you probably didn't realize how powerful it was. And let me know down below which AI tool is your favorite one. Is it ChatGPT? Is it Claude? Is it Gemini? I'm always interested to know which AI tools you guys are using the most. And I'm trying my best to respond back to every single comment as well. So just let me know down below. If you've enjoyed this video, you've learned anything, you got any sort of value from it, don't forget to press the like button. I really appreciate that. Don't forget to subscribe, hit the bell notification so that YouTube can let you know once a new video has been released. And if you want to watch another YouTube video that I made not too long ago, where in this video, I'm going to be able to spend a little bit more time breaking down the step-by-step process that you need to know if you want to build and launch a digital product in 2026. You're going to be able to watch that by clicking the link right there. Check that out straight after this because that video has already helped out countless people. And I'm sure if you're able to watch it from start to finish, it's also going to help you out as well. But as always, guys, I'm going to catch you on that next video. Make sure you stay safe out there. Peace.